He left his Google Drive open on my laptop. I found a folder titled Plan B. It wasn't career-related. I printed his backup plan, placed it in an envelope, and left it taped to our front door with a note. Here's Plan A walking away. I never thought I'd be that woman. You know, the one who finds out something awful by accident and ends up questioning everything. But here I am, and this story still doesn't feel real even though it happened a few months ago. I'm still living in the middle of it, still dealing with the fallout. So here it is. I'm 37. I've been married to Jack, 40, for almost 8 years. We live in Austin, Texas. We have no kids, by choice, 2 cats, a shared mortgage, and what I thought was a stable, happy marriage. For the last year or so, things had been weird. Not bad, just off. Jack started staying late, at work more often. He'd go to bed later than me, sometimes staying up watching Netflix or reading or whatever. He stopped initiating intimacy, but he'd still kiss me goodbye every morning and tell me he loved me, so I kept brushing it off. We all go through rough patches, right? That Sunday started like any other. I was working from home on some invoices, using our shared laptop because my work one was updating. Jack had gone for a run, which I now question. I opened Chrome, and it auto-loaded his Google account. No big deal, we often use the same browser profile. But then I saw the drive icon, and a folder called Plan B. My gut sank. I don't know why I clicked it. Maybe because Plan B didn't sound like anything work-related, and it wasn't. Inside were 5 documents. One was called Moving Options. Another was Resignation Draft. One was literally called Relationship Pros/Cons. Another had screenshots of apartment listings in Dallas. And then there was one titled Final Steps, Timeline. Let me just say this. It was like reading the playbook for a secret life. The pros/cons doc broke me. It listed things like Pro: Sarah is loyal. Pro: she makes good money. Con: no passion anymore. Con: boring routine. Pro: she loves me. Con: I don't think I love her anymore. I stared at that sentence for what felt like hours. The timeline document had dates, apartment tours, estimated move-out schedule, even a line that said, "Tell Sarah after lease signed." He was going to leave me. Just pack up, move to Dallas, and tell me once everything was in place. I didn't cry. Not then. I printed every document in that folder, put them in a big yellow envelope, wrote a note that said, "Here's Plan A walking away," and taped it to our front door. Then I packed a bag, grabbed my car keys, and drove 2 hours to my sister's house in San Antonio. Jack started blowing up my phone an hour later. Calls, texts, voicemails. I didn't answer a single one. What happened next? The next day, he emailed me. It was long. Rambling. He said he didn't really mean to go through with it. That he was just exploring options because he'd been confused and unhappy. That he loved me but needed space and didn't know how to talk to me without hurting me. He said it wasn't about another woman. I didn't believe him. Still don't. He'd already drafted his resignation letter. He'd already booked 2 apartment tours. This wasn't someone just thinking. This was someone planning. I stayed with my sister for 2 weeks. Then I got my own short-term lease. I found a job in San Antonio. I didn't take anything from the house except for my clothes, my personal laptop, and the cats. Yeah, I took the cats. They're mine more than his. He kept texting me for weeks. Then it turned into emails. Then a handwritten letter. Then flowers. I ignored all of it. One day, he sent me a screenshot showing he'd canceled the apartment tours. He said he was going to therapy. He begged for another chance. Said he'd destroyed the best thing in his life. I still haven't responded. I'm not writing this to get advice. I already know I'm not going back. I just needed to get it out because I feel like I've been carrying this secret grenade in my chest for months. No one in our families knows the truth yet. To them, we needed space. To me, he was building an escape plan behind my back. I'm not sure what hurts more, The fact that he was going to leave me, or the fact that he didn't even respect me enough to talk to me about it first. So, 2 months go by. I've built a small but peaceful life in San Antonio. Got a new job doing admin work at a local law firm. It's not glamorous, but it pays the bills, and I don't wake up next to a liar anymore. Jack has mostly stopped trying to contact me. He sent one last long message about a month ago. I didn't even open it. I let it sit in my inbox like a rotting fruit. Then last week, I get a DM on Instagram from a woman I don't know. Her profile picture shows her standing in front of a mirror wearing scrubs. I click. She has like 400 followers, and it's all photos of her, some with her dog, some at work. She writes, "Hi, I'm really sorry to bother you, but I think we might need to talk. It's about Jack." My stomach dropped. I didn't answer right away. I let it sit there. After what happened, I didn't want more drama, but something told me to click. So I replied, "I'm not sure I want to talk, but I'll read whatever you want to say." What she sends next makes my blood go cold. She tells me she met Jack at a healthcare fundraiser in Dallas 8 months ago. They started seeing each other casually. He told her he was separated. She says he talked about moving in with her. She thought they were serious. But then, 2 months ago, he ghosted her out of nowhere. Yup, right around the time I left. She did some digging and found me. She said she wanted to give me the truth because she would have wanted the same if the roles were reversed. I asked her for proof. She sent screenshots. Their messages. Him calling her babe. Him saying he wished he'd met her sooner. One photo of them out at dinner. It was definitely him. She even had a message where he said, "I'm working on getting out of a complicated situation," which was me. So yeah, Plan B? It wasn't just about Dallas. It wasn't just about needing space. It was about her. He wasn't confused. He was lining up his next life like a coward, planning to dump me quietly while trying out his new option in another city. And the best part? He got cold feet and ghosted her too. What a prize, huh? I thanked her. We actually talked for a while. She was kind. She was hurt too. She said she'd been cheated on before and felt sick knowing she might have been the other woman without knowing it. Now here's where things get more complicated. I called a divorce attorney the next day. I hadn't filed yet. I was still floating in limbo, trying to process things. But when I mentioned Jack's full name and the rough timeline, the lawyer paused and said, "He already filed 2 weeks ago." Excuse me? Apparently, Jack had already filed. And get this, he listed the reason as desertion. As in, I abandoned the marriage. I left because he was planning to leave me for someone else. But he's flipping it to make it look like I just walked out. No mention of the affair. No mention of Plan B. This man really tried to cheat, got caught, got left, got ghosted by his backup girl, and then decided to legally make it look like I was the one who destroyed the marriage. The lawyer told me not to worry. We have the documents I found. The envelope I left on the door. The timeline. And now the Instagram messages from his little side romance. It paints a clear picture. But still, imagine the nerve. The absolute disrespect. Now I'm gearing up for the divorce process, and let me tell you, I'm not going quietly. He started this. But I'm finishing it. And the worst part? I still miss the man I thought I married. So, like I said, I called the lawyer and we started the paperwork. I got a court date. We were going to serve Jack the papers the following week. In the meantime, I started prepping everything. I gathered the printed documents from the Plan B folder, emails, texts, and the screenshots the other woman sent me. I even had my sister help me organize it all. The lawyer said we had a solid case. "You've got a pattern of intent," she said. Then came the serving day. This is where it all goes sideways. We had a process server scheduled to go to our old house in Austin. Jack still lives there. Or so I thought. The process server shows up. Nobody answers. He calls me and says the house looks empty, like no one's been living there for a few weeks. He peeks through a window. The furniture is all gone. Curtains are down. Place looks cleared out. I'm confused. Because Jack never mentioned moving out. I check our joint bank account. Yes, still linked. Big mistake. No rent payments. No new address info. Nothing. I call the lawyer. She tells me to check court filings for any updated address. We look. Guess what we find? An updated address in Dallas. Yes, Dallas. He moved. Remember all those apartment listings from the Plan B folder? Apparently, he went through with it after I left, after he ghosted his side girl, after pretending he wanted to fix things. He moved to Dallas under the radar. Quietly. Didn't even tell his family. I text his sister, whom I've always been close with. She's stunned. I thought he was still trying to get you back, she says. I tell her everything. The folder. The other woman. The ghosting. The false divorce claim. Everything. Then she drops another bomb. Wait, he told Mom you cheated on him. That's why you left. I almost threw my phone across the room. This man didn't just try to replace me, he tried to rewrite history. Told his family I was the cheater. That I left him out of guilt. That he was heartbroken. That he might forgive me eventually. Are you kidding me? It explains why I was getting cold responses from his family lately. Why no one reached out to check on me. He got ahead of the story. Painted himself as the victim. But it gets worse. Later that week, the lawyer calls. She found a withdrawal for $6,000 from our joint savings. It was done just a day before I accessed the Google Drive folder. Just a day before I found out. I didn't notice it before. I was too caught up in leaving. But now, it's all lining up. He wasn't just preparing to leave. He funded his new life with money I helped save. And remember, he listed me as the one who abandoned the marriage. I am so angry I can't even think straight. I trusted him with everything. I was willing to go to therapy. I would have even considered a fresh start if he'd come clean. But no, he lied to me. Lied to her. Lied to his family. Stole from our joint savings. Moved to another city. And tried to rewrite the whole damn story to look like he was the one left behind. Now the court case just got 10 times more serious. We're going after the funds. We're collecting every message, every document, every receipt. I'm not just walking away anymore. He wanted Plan B? He's about to find out what Plan C looks like. Courtroom consequences. Jack had moved to Dallas, lied to his whole family, stole from our joint savings, and told everyone I cheated on him. The man was living a whole different version of reality. And I was done being quiet about it. I spent the next few days collecting everything: financial records, emails, call logs, texts from his side piece, screenshots of his lies to his family, and copies of the printed Plan B folder. My lawyer was ready. I was ready. But there was one thing that kept bothering me. Why Dallas? Yeah, he was seeing that woman there. But something didn't add up. He ghosted her. He had no job lined up. No family there. Why go through all that trouble for a place he wasn't connected to? So, I did something I hadn't done since the beginning. I checked our old shared Google Photos account. I'd forgotten it was still synced on my tablet. And there it was. A single photo from his new apartment. He'd uploaded it by accident, probably auto-synced. But in the reflection of the window, standing behind him, was another woman. Not the first one. Someone else. And my heart dropped. Because I knew her. It was Mel. My former best friend. The one I hadn't spoken to in 3 years. We had a falling out back then over something stupid, a missed birthday party or some drama I don't even remember. We stopped talking and drifted. And apparently, she drifted right into my husband's bed. It suddenly made sense. Dallas wasn't about a new start. It wasn't even about that side girl. That was just a detour. Dallas was where Mel lived. And the whole time I thought he was planning a backup life, he was really planning to run away with her. That was the real Plan B. And somehow, that hurt the most. Not just because of him, but because she knew me. She knew me. I snapped. I printed the photo, mailed it to his mom with a full timeline and all the evidence. I sent it to his sister too. I told the full truth, no sugarcoating. I even included a handwritten letter that ended with, "If you still believe him after this, then you deserve each other." Then I filed a motion with the court for financial misconduct, with proof of the $6,000 transfer and documents showing he used it to fund the apartment deposit in Dallas under a fake lease agreement with Mel listed as a co-tenant. My lawyer went in hard. And here's where things get even more satisfying. Turns out Jack had lied on some of the divorce paperwork, specifically about the separation date and his financial situation. My lawyer flagged it. The judge wasn't happy. He ordered Jack to pay back half of the stolen money, plus cover my legal fees. I walked away with $9,300 and the cats. He walked away with a broken lease, a ruined reputation, and a girlfriend who apparently dumped him right after the court hearing once she realized he had lied to her too. Yeah, Mel. Guess he didn't mention the other woman, huh? Now, here's my confession. I wasn't perfect either. I ignored red flags for months. I made excuses. I let the little things slide because I was scared of being alone. I stayed loyal to someone who had emotionally checked out. I thought love was about patience. But love without honesty? That's just self-destruction. So maybe my mistake was staying too long, trusting too hard, hoping too much. But I've fixed that now. Last week, I changed my last name back. Got a new job offer in Colorado. I'm taking it. Starting fresh. And before I left Texas, I made one last stop. I taped a copy of the Plan B folder to the door of Jack's empty apartment in Dallas. With one last note. Here's what happens when you build your life on lies. Hope your next plan works out better. Walked away. No regrets. Just peace.